in South Australia.
Your A-main tonight, 35 laps, fireworks off the back of the General John Day's Ute. It's the Proton Jump Buck Speed Week, paying $10,000 to win and all-important points towards that Proton Jump Buck. Robbie Farr, Max Dumesny, Brooke, Tatnell, Jason Johnson, Shane Stewart, Ian Lewis, Ken Satori, Carl Endell, Luke Dillon, Mike Van Bremen, Daryl Wright, Brad Hayward, Darren Jensen. What a lineup! We're green, Robbie Farr and Max Dumesny get into turn 1 and 2. Farr gets the whole shot, but the Reds are on. Mike Van Bremen has flipped the number 6 National Rod Ends car hard into turn 1. Here's a look at the end of it. He cartwheels into turn 1.
Pretty violent crash there for Van Bremen. Those front to end over end crashes, they can do a lot of damage to the race car and also hurt the driver. Van Bremen, let's hope he's A-OK.
Yes, up on the hook at the moment. Dumesny and Robbie Farr, Brooke Tatnell and Jason Johnson, Shane Stewart and Ian Lewis as they flash down the main straightaway at borderline Speedway Mount Gambier. Carl Endell, the local boy, right in the middle of it, has qualified well. Tatori and Lewis had a huge flip into turn 3. Oh my gosh, a horrifying crash.
Big crash there for the two cars, and they got together, and let's hope drives okay. See there, Ian Lewis moving around in the cockpit. They want to get that back on its wheels. Let's see what happens. Two cars get together and jump wheels. It happens so easy, and yeah, big violent crash in both races.
Remarkable, they almost flipped in some sort of synchronicity. Satori lands on his wheels, facing turn 3, Lewis upside down. Technical Inspector Lance McMinn for World Series saying, guys, you don't have time to repair it. They did try very hard. Here's looking at it again. They almost flipped together there.
You see that Ian Lewis in a barrel roll situation and Satori in an end-over-end situation. And you can see they're landing on the car very, very hard, and guys on the infield crashing as well. So it's good to see both drivers okay. It shows you the strength in these cars and the fact they're trying to get back out there for the restart.
Endell, oh, Robbie Farr! Big wheelie going into turn 1. That thing is up on its back legs. Max Dumesny, your leader from Robbie Farr. Back to Jason Johnson. I was going to say Carl Endell did a great job to avoid. Dillon made contact with him. They were both trying to get out of the way in that crash, but we're back into it now, and it's helter-skelter stuff. The Proton Jump Buck Speed Week is Shane Stewart in the bright yellow number 6 coming after Tatnell.
I wouldn't be surprised if Robbie Farr's cricket team. Let's have a look at the restart. This car just carries the wheels. It's hooked up. Robbie Farr lost a lot of ground on that second restart. He went back to third. I think the crews tweaked on that car a little and hooked him up for the end of the race.
Here comes Max Dumesny. He's chasing after Brian Brown, who is about to go a lap down very shortly indeed. Max working that number 75 Europe car as he comes up on him, the Valvoline number 5. Dumesny yet to score a victory in Proton Jump Buck Speed Week, but still handily placed in the points. Look at him coming up behind Brown as well. The number 5 car is your leader. The 75 is about to go a lap down, and Max in no mood for messing around.
Shows you the difference in car setups. Max Dumesny at the front of the field is able to drive past that lap car quite easily.
Well, here's your top 8. Dumesny, Farr, Johnson, Tatnell, Stewart, Mayolo, Bell and Endell. And Robbie Farr is searching for a way to run down Max Dumesny. There is that number 2 car, and right behind him, Jason Johnson closing in. There's your leader, Max Dumesny.
Robbie Farr's car still looks very tight on the racetrack. You see it pushing, coming off the corners, did that big wheel stand at the start. As the race goes on, I think Robbie's car's going to get better, while Max might struggle. He looks a little loose in the middle of the corners.
Brooke Tatnell too, and that Shell Helix number 8. We're starting to see him. What you're talking about there is the way the car is laying over the right rear tyre. Shane Stewart taking it up to Brooke Tatnell and moves him out of the way.
Hasn't this guy been fantastic since he picked up the series? He's just in the hunt every time he's in the car. Bill Mayer puts great equipment under him, and he really knows how to get around.
The Com Cams number 6 entry, the Maxim of Shane Stewart from Oklahoma. Oh! Robbie Farr again, a big wheelie in that number 2. Let's look back at it. Here is Max Dumesny in the number 5 Valvoline car, and here's Robbie Farr up on the back wheels, never lifts.
That car's very, very tight, but as the race goes on, that's what he wants. He is stuck to the racetrack. As soon as he finds a nice groove, boy, that thing is fast.
Max Dumesny still your leader. The big charge is coming from Shane Stewart as Max comes up behind Stephen Bell. And at number 75, just ahead is Mayolo, and Carl Endell, and Brooke Tatnell has cut a right rear tyre down. Well, the night before, the second round, he blew the motor in the Shell Helix number 8, and now more disappointment for Brooke while handily placed.
Just bad luck for Brooke Tatnell. Like you said, he had motor problems the other night, and now this. tough luck. You see there, look, front end has collapsed on Mark Reuter's car. Brooke Tatnell, boy, that's the shot we saw last round as well. It's sad to see.
Now, Mark Reuter's left front falling right down as we look back on board here, pointing away. Look at Max driving away from Mark Reuter.
Which shows you the speed, and Mark Reuter lap down in that crippled race car. It looked to me like a torsion stop had come off. It's let the front suspension collapse. Max very smooth around the middle of the racetrack and just driving away. You see Shane Stewart way back in the background.
Now, Shane Stewart's come from a long way back for this, Jay. He's up to second position. I think he was back as far as sixth position when the race began. Dumesny, though, sweeping around here. The number 5 Valvoline GKR car tuned by Mouse Green and their dedicated crew. Max very much hands-off when he comes to that stuff. He leaves it to his crew chief. Look at Reuter carrying the left front wheel there. Luke Dillon running there with him. Stewart running right up high on the track. I don't think that restart helped Shane. He had a great run going before then.
The lap car also let Max Dumesny get away on the start. As here, Luke Dillon, he's really trying to get past the stricken car of Mark Reuter, but Max Dumesny and Shane Stewart have moved up the racetrack, and you see now Luke Dillon gets in that group from where they were earlier on. The track down the bottom's worn out. Now they're moving around the middle of the racetrack.
There's only one lap to go, and Max Dumesny is reigning supreme here at Borderline Speedway in Mount Gambier. Here he is, the Valvoline number 5, about to win his first round of Proton Jump Buck Speed Week, and 10 grand in the bank. Shane Stewart, a great drive for second, long way back to third place. And here they come across the line now. It will be Jason Johnson holding on. Fireworks off the flags of General John Day. Max mauls them at the mount, and General John Day gives him the fitting reward. So Dumesny will grab a much-needed bag of points for the Proton Jump Buck Speed Week and put 10 grand in the bank account. That's got to help.
It was excellent. Can't say much more than that, Wade. It was Mouse picked the right tyres and did a great job. It was just wherever I put it, it went. And lap traffic was a little bit of a hazard here and there, but it was great all in all. Didn't see anyone, so I was pretty happy about that.
I told Bill we were going to get a big trophy before the week's up, but I don't know. Man, the car was running really good tonight, and I didn't really feel good till the feature. You know, the track came to us. I think the moisture in the air and whatever they did to prepare the track for the feature definitely benefited us. But you look around and you see all the people showing up, and I mean, they just pack every racetrack, and they don't do that back home. And it's really cool to be a part of it.
Will we see you back, you think?
Oh yeah, I'll be back. Somehow, some way.
They've worked the track there right before the feature, and it was just kind of locked down and really fast, and we were a little bit too tight. Yeah, I enjoy it. I like it. It's on the gas, and it's a lot of fun.